residence. When they executed the search warrant, they found several stolen items in the house as well as in a barn and a detached garage. While searching the residence, officers also found 2 sets of digital scales, 3 baggy corners, a white powdery substance, and other items of drug paraphernalia. 61-year-old Karen Williams Fox was the homeowner. She was arrested along with her boyfriend, 52-year-old Joseph E. Congeni, both of Glasgow. Fox was charged with 1 count of receiving stolen property. Congeni was charged with the same, as well as possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Detective Ashley Jones is investigating, was assisted by Glasgow Police Captain Jennifer Arbogast, Officer Stephen Fields, and Brandon Fletcher, along with evidence tech Amanda Miller and Detective Rusty Anderson with the Barron County Sheriff's Office. An occupational therapist will soon head to Frankfort to fill a gubernatorial appointment. Shara Shea Page of Glasgow is an occupational therapist and director of rehab services with T.J. Sampson Regional Health. She's the newest appointee to the Kentucky Board of Licensure for Occupational Therapy and will represent licensed occupational therapists through a term expiring in July of 2018. The Kentucky Board of Licensure for Occupational Therapy regulates and controls the licensing and conduct of occupational therapists within the Commonwealth. At the last meeting of the Barron Metcalf Ambulance Service, Edmonton Mayor Howard Garrett had asked the ambulance board to look into the possibility of adding additional staff to the Metcalf County operations. EMS Director Charlie O'Neill was then tasked with compiling a financial breakdown and to give the board a true cost of how much money that would be. And it came in just under $500,000 to add 24-hour coverage for 1 year. The financials also showed that Metcalf County payment to the ambulance board is not a direct reflection of their true cost. Here's Charlie O'Neill.
The total deficit that was not funded by patient revenues was $141,131.23. The county during that period of time actually billed $59,115.26, which means that Metcalf County actually had $82,015.97. Now, regardless of how you look at that, the bottom line is that state's contribution and Barron County's contribution, no other way to look at it.
Basically, moving forward, Chair Joe Middleton asked that O'Neill would draft amendments to the ambulance board bylaws, ensuring that Metcalf County's payment, as well as the county's payment, along with the city of Glasgow and TJ, were more of a direct reflection of their true cost. Here's Joe Middleton.
My only concern would be the amount of money. Unfortunately, we're in blanket service and have historically operated that way, but in moving forward to cost analysis accounting and itemizing it down to where the money's coming from and where the money's going, I think it would probably be a good idea to alignment of costs versus alignment of both.
Again, the board did agree that Barron County should not be subsidizing Metcalf County's ambulance service. Right now it is 6:13 a.m. 49 degrees.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Do you drop?
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
In more local news, Glasgow police say a scam has hit the area and they want to make sure that everyone knows it is truly a scam. Residents in Glasgow have been receiving calls from a subject identifying himself as an officer with the Glasgow Police Department. They then tell the potential victim they have an active warrant for their arrest for failure to appear. The caller then instructs the would-be victim that they can pay to have the arrest warrant recalled, going in one case to Walgreens and obtain a Green Dot card or some other form of electronic payment. The caller states once you have completed these steps, the arrest warrant will be dismissed. Please be aware this is not common practice, according to Glasgow Police. If you receive one of these calls, you want to report it to the Glasgow Police Department by calling 270-651-6165. West Central Kentucky gas prices dropped nearly 7 cents this week, coming in at $2.32 a gallon, according to AAA East Central's fuel gauge report. The national gas price average has been trending cheaper for about 10 days at $2.51. Today's national average is 3 cents less than last week, and on the week, 49 states are paying less at the pump for a gallon of regular unleaded. When it comes to local averages for 1 gallon of regular unleaded, Bowling Green comes in with the lowest price at $2.13. Munfordville and Park City are both a dime higher at $2.23. Smiths Grove's at $2.24. Horse Cave at $2.27. And Edmonton is at $2.30. Tompkinsville is a couple cents higher at $2.22. Brownsville, Cave City, and Glasgow are all at $2.39. And the highest area average is in Scottsville, where motorists are paying around $2.44 a gallon. And in local 911 activity, there was a boating accident on the Peninsula Boat Dock yesterday afternoon. South Barron Volunteer Fire, Austin Tracy, and Barron Metcalf EMS responded. And there was a fire last night on Renford Road. Austin Tracy, Temple Hill, and Haywood Volunteer Fire Departments responded. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 6:17 a.m., 49 degrees.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, Outpatient Services Center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
It's been another great week to be a Scotty. If you ordered a Simply Scotty t-shirt or sweatshirt, they are now available to be picked up in the office. Attention students who returned permission forms for the tour of UK next week. The trip has been rescheduled for Wednesday, December 6th. Attention any student enrolled in dual credit. If you have not received a notification from KHEAA regarding the dual credit scholarships, you should log into your account and make sure you provided the semester you're taking a class. Attention seniors, remember to check out scholarships on the GHS webpage and in the college hallway. There will be an engineering literacy night hosted by GHS Career and Tech Ed student organizations, TSA, DECA, and FCCLA, for Highland and South Green students next Tuesday at 5:30. Good luck to the Scotties and Lady Scotties as they host Greenwood this Friday. Girls will begin playing at 6 with the boys to follow after. This has been McKay Bowles for this week's Scotty Report. Shine on, Scotties, and stay true to the blue.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. More agents are coming to Kentucky to help fight the war on drugs.
I believe that these changes will make law enforcement more effective and the American people safer.
U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is establishing a new DEA field division that will be home to 90 special agents and 130 task force officers in the state.
I'm ordering all our U.S. attorneys' offices to designate an opioid coordinator to serve as a kind of quarterback of our anti-opioid efforts in that community.
The headquarters for the agents will be Louisville. They'll cover Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia. The state's opioid epidemic is the focus of testimony by Kentucky Justice Cabinet Secretary John Tilley in Washington this week. He's set to testify before a U.S. Senate committee tomorrow. He'll offer details on the epidemic's impact on the state that includes the deaths of 1,400 people due to drug overdoses. The Kentucky Supreme Court agrees to hear a case regarding a company's refusal to print T-shirts for a Gay Pride Festival.
Lexington's Gay and Lesbian Services Organization tried to order the T-shirts for the city's 2012 Gay Pride Festival. An owner of Hands On Originals, Blaine Adamson, refused the order, citing his Christian beliefs. The Lexington Human Rights Commission ruled that the company violated the city's Fairness Ordinance, which outlaws discrimination based on sexual orientation. The company appealed to the Fayette Circuit Court, which ruled in its favor. The appeals court affirmed the lower court's decision. A date for when the case will be heard in Kentucky Supreme Court hasn't been set. I'm Suzanne Duval.
A plaque in the state capitol declares the only president of the Confederacy to be a hero and a patriot will stay until a lawyer with Governor Bevin's administration can determine if the decision to remove it is legal. The plaque is attached to a marble statue of Jefferson Davis. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our technical skills,
Our math, our engineering skills.
you're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills.
You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
News time for WCLU is 6:23. We have a temperature of 49 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, William W. Starr, age 80, of Glasgow, died Tuesday at NHC Healthcare. Arrangements for William W. Starr are incomplete at this hour, but will be under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Margaret Violet Stotler, age 79, formerly of Greendale, Indiana, now of Glasgow, died peacefully surrounded by her family on Tuesday at Diversicare of Glasgow. She was retired from Sprint Telephone after 43 years in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. She attended the First Baptist Church of Lawrenceburg and is survived by her sister, Barbara Staples, a niece, Vicki Lowe, and her husband, David. 3 nephews, Jeff Houchins and wife, Ramey, Steve Staples and wife, Becky, and John Houchins and wife, Lisa. 4 great-nieces and nephews, Brittany Houchins, Taylor Staples, Tylee Houchins, and Tyler Clark. 1 sister-in-law, Carol Knight of Indianapolis, and her beloved companion, Sweetness, her cat. Services for Margaret Violet Stotler will be Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be after 11 o'clock Friday at the funeral home until the time for service. Robert Bubby Holly, age 66, of Horse Cave, died Wednesday at Signature Healthcare of Horse Cave. The Louisville native was a retired farmer and a former employee of Glasgow Foods. He was a member of the Christian Worship Center Church in Horse Cave. He is survived by 2 sons, Alan Holly of Cave City and Daniel Holly of Lee Grand. 3 grandchildren, Brittany Holly, Patrick Holly, and Brandon Rodriguez, and 1 great-granddaughter, Kalina Holly. Special friend, Carolyn Skees. 2 brothers, Bill Oakes and James Newton, both of Louisville, and a sister, Shirley Yerian. Services for Robert Bubby Holly will be at 1:30 on Friday at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Houck Cemetery. Visitation will be at the Wynn Funeral Home after 10 o'clock Friday morning. Condolences can be expressed online at wynnfuneralhome.com. Edna Drusilla Gilly, age 86, of the Wisdom community, died Wednesday at her home. She was a retired school teacher. She professed her faith in Christ in 1945 at the Wisdom Cumberland Presbyterian Church, and she moved her membership to Dripping Springs Baptist Church in 1952. She is survived by her husband, H.G. Gilly, and 2 sons, Barry Gilly of Wisdom and Todd Gilly of LaGrange, a sister, Elva Lee Gibson, and a brother, Randall Gray. 6 grandchildren, Daniel, Amanda, Matthew, Rachel, Jennifer, and Jay, and 4 great-grandchildren, Sarah, Tatum, Zachary, and Denton. Services for Edna Drusilla Gilly will be at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon at the Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton. Burial will be in the Smith Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock this afternoon and continues Friday at the funeral home until time for services. Henry L. Cummings, age 90, formerly of Burkesville, died Monday at Hospice of Northwest Ohio. He was a member of the Rose of Sharon United Methodist Church, a U.S. Air Force veteran having attained the rank of sergeant, and a yard conductor for the Nickel Plate Railroad. He is survived by his wife, Carrie Cummings, his children, Kathy Ann Cummings, Marcia Robin Berlin, Cynthia Lee Nearhood, and Janet Revelle, and several grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Services for Henry L. Cummings will be at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, December the 10th, at the Norris New Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Rose of Sharon Cemetery in Cumberland County. The family will receive friends after 11:30 on Sunday, December the 10th, until the funeral hour. Contributions appreciated to Hospice of Northwest Ohio or to the Rose of Sharon United Methodist Church. Memorial services for Wanda Mamalou Judd, age 64, of Uno, will be Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, December the 9th, at the Horse Cave Baptist Church. Visitation after 10 o'clock on Saturday, December the 9th, at the Horse Cave Baptist Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Wynn Funeral Home. Service for Myrtle Susie Bullington, age 96, of Bowling Green, will be Friday morning at 11 o'clock at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Burial will follow in the Fairview Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Service for Carl Hopper, 93, of Bowling Green, will be at 11 o'clock today at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial to be in the Friendship Church Cemetery in Oakland with military honors. Services for James Driscoll Aussenbaugh, age 90, of Scottsville, will be at 10 o'clock this morning at the Harwood and Strode Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Crescent Hill Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
49 degrees at 6:29 here at WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. Just getting cranked up with basketball season. There's just one girl-boy doubleheader tonight in high school basketball, and that's when Greenwood travels to Franklin Simpson. Of course, we have more activity for the weekend. We'll report to you on a little bit later sportscast, but we do have basketball season cranking right up, and we'll be reporting the results for you right here on WCLU all throughout the season.
Some offices run more smoothly.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
'Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office, a text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
.631 here at WCLU, 49 degrees. We're waking up with a pleasant temperature and another several pleasant days. Ray hints at some things late next week, which may be a little more December-ish, but hey, it will be December. Let's check in with Ray.
Our push now of more seasonable air in here briefly, especially as we get into tomorrow, the beginning of meteorological winter. Wrapping up the month of November with some showers this morning, then cloudy this afternoon, 59. Tonight we will clear it out after some clouds early, fall back to a colder 32. Sunny tomorrow, 54. Saturday, partly cloudy in the upper 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny and milder, low 60s. I think we'll drop temperatures down starting about Wednesday of next week, where highs may only be in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah, but it's time for us to get a little bit more like that. We're just barely getting into the seasonable range here. It looks like there, right? Let's look at our current conditions. The barometric pressure is at 30.21 this morning. The wind has been blowing out of the south-southeast at around 6 miles an hour. We have humidity at 66%, and the pressure is, as I said, 30.13 now. It's dropped to. No precip in the past 24 hours. Looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen here this morning, we show just light shower activity sort of peppered here in the south-central part of the state. Nothing any heavier moving in. It's just sort of the way it's going to be every so often. As Ray described it, turn the windshield wipers on just 2 or 3 times, and that should take care of any of the sprinkles that we have this morning. 49 degrees now at WCLU.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Hello. That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR.
You know, Ralphie's, they love fun. They love you having fun, and that's why they do so many fun things out there, including sponsoring our birthday list. Boy, here's one that takes us back around here. Miss Hope Allison Deckard. Hope is turning 18 today. Wow, her grandmama was working here at the time, and we just remember all about Miss Hope Allison Deckard, and we congratulate her on her 18th birthday today. Bob Stone has a birthday. It's Randy Richardson. Johnny Kenslow celebrates. Darlene Lockett. We have Colby Brewster. Colby is 11 today. How about Luke Glenn Christopher Edmonds? Luke is 21 today. Tyler Neat is 14. Aubrey Kate Walker is 2. I think I got that right. It was Aubrey Kate Walker who has her 2nd birthday today. How about some anniversary couples? For example, we have the 60th anniversary of James and Barbara Burris. Congratulations to James and Barbara Burris on their 60th anniversary. And Terry and Laura Hagan. You hear Terry on the radio talking about Bailey Gibson Buick GMC. Well, Terry and his wife Laura celebrate a wedding anniversary today, too. Congratulations. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 or online here from WCLUradio.com. 49 degrees. We are barreling forward here, and up next we got to wrap up the month of November from an archive perspective. So let's get ready.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
All right. 21 minutes before the top of the hour, 7 o'clock here at WCLU, as we are rolling out of the rack, getting ready to move into the archives. Yes, indeed. If I get my little archive theme song here to crank it up. Here we go down memory lane, 100 years worth of history that has shaped this place and meticulously shaped this place. As we wrap up the month of November, we're doing so in behalf of our archive sponsors, Tony Hogan Health Clinic and Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Well, here we go with the archives. And, Angela, we have a task before us here today because we have to wrap up the month of November.
Well, I think we can do it.
And I'm telling you, there's some fascinating things. So we've got actually a couple of years where I really got behind, so I'm going to do a little catching up here, okay?
All right.
It's all my fault, and I'm going to fix it now. 100 years ago, this was the top story in the Glasgow Times.
All right.
It says here there is at present time about $100,000 worth of building going on in Glasgow.
Well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
The new Murrow Hotel and the government building, total $75,000 of that. In addition, the Planters Warehouse is going to be building a new rehanding room. I don't know what you do in a rehanding room, but I'm sure a lot of folks do.
Right.
And the rebuilding of the Barlow Moore Tobacco Company plant, together with several new residences in the course of construction. The figures run considerably past the $100,000 mark.
Mm-hmm.
So we were a boom town in 1917.
I mean, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does. Also in the Glasgow Times, some good news here being reported about Miss Marion Lowe from the class of 1913. She has made 100% in the examination in surgery.
Well, she couldn't do much better than that.
I mean, how do you do that? This is considered one of the most difficult branches in the work of preparation for a trained nurse, and we are justly proud of Marion and her excellent work.
Mm-hmm.
Nurse Marion Lowe, certainly blowing out all the records there in 1917. Also, we have a little sports story from 1917. 100 years ago, in the Glasgow Republicans reported that the Heistville and Horse Cave basketball teams met on the Heistville grounds Saturday. The score was 23-12 in favor of Heistville. The Cardinals win in 1917. They played on the grounds. I'm presuming that's to indicate that perhaps it was not an indoor game in 1917. Let's move here to 1917, where we've got one more story here to wrap it up with. In a recent Christmas shipment made by the Glasgow Red Cross chapter, there were several Horse Cave people who knitted sweaters for this chapter.
I bet I know them.
There not being any chapter in Horse Cave.
Okay.
Those knitting were Mrs. Tom Green, Mrs. Leo Burks, and Mrs. Thomas. Some folks who said, we want to do something nice, and we don't have our own Red Cross chapter here, so the good folks of Horse Cave said, well, hey, let's just go ahead and make some sweaters and turn them in the Glasgow efforts.
Can't beat that.
That is, by definition, the spirit of communication. It was going strong here in 1917.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's wrap up the archives from the year of 1927. Interesting things going on here, like Mr. R.H. Bacon of Temple Hill Country lost his barn and contents last Sunday. How it was caught will probably remain a mystery. There was not stock burned, but a lot of corn and hay, etc., and there was no insurance. Also, Mr. T.J. Sampson lost a very large barn on the J.W. Henderson place at Finney last Thursday. With it went about 100 tons of hay, 6 mules, and 1 horse, and a number of hogs.
That's a lot of stuff.
The barn was the largest on his place, and the loss of several $1,000s, not more than half of which covered by insurance. You know, there's a lot of interest in how much insurance you have back here in 1927. Yeah. And sometimes, it very seldom was enough.
I know, that's right.
All right, 1927, this story, Dr. and Mrs. A.T. Botts entertained at dinner at their home last Thursday evening. Deer from Canada, killed by Dr. Lee E. Botts, was served. Their guests included Mr. and Mrs. H.P. Chamberlain and son, and Mr. and Ms. Ewell Davis. Let's go over here to Dr. Botts for some Canadian deer.
There you go.
Perhaps you've heard of Canadian bacon. Well, this was Canadian deer.
I wonder if it's as good.
I don't have any idea. But certainly it was something that he was proud enough to serve to his guests.
Well, yeah.
1927, about 100 out of over 700 indictments for evading dog licenses are still on the docket.
Mm-hmm.
These cases were continued last term of the circuit court. About 600 indictments have been compromised or dismissed on affidavits being filed stating that the person indicted did not own a dog during the year.
Now, what now?
Here's just the way that I take it.
Okay.
You're supposed to have a dog license, and so you got indicted for not having a dog license.
You got indicted for that?
Yeah, that's right. And there were 700 indictments for people that didn't have their dog license back in 1927. But here's the thing. Talk about the burden of proof. Yeah, if we indict you for not having a dog license, and it's up to you to prove to us you don't even have a dog.
Oh my gosh! Isn't that crazy?
Well, I mean, it certainly gets the people involved.
I'd be like, I don't know whose dog that is.
Somebody's going to get a sworn affidavit. I, such and so, do not have a dog.
I don't know whose dog that is. That's the neighbor's dog.
It's the neighborhood dog for sure. A couple more things here from 1927. Rennick Wooten, one of the best-known farmers in the Finney section, lost his left forearm Saturday when his gloved hand was caught in a corn shredder.
Oh, gosh.
The arm was so mutilated that it had to be amputated 2 inches below the elbow. The operation was performed at the Maplewood Infirmary. So, think about that in 1927. The news was your neighbor lost, a good chunk of the arm there, and it's just a warning to be careful. Also, one advertisement here in the 1927 archives, radio bargains. Come down to the Radio Service Company, and they have radio bargains. They are selling demonstrator sets. For a limited time, we offer a 5-tube radio in-console cabinet, complete and installed for $89. Come to my house and put in a radio.
There you go.
You could also get the 5-tube, the 6-tube radio in a console cabinet, complete and installed for $112. Now, you stop and think about that being 1927.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bunch of money to be paid for something for entertainment.
But what else did you have to do? Like sit and just stare at the fire or something?
Well, the thing is, that's what you did, though. Seriously, back in the day, you would stare at the radio listening to your favorite soaps.
Well, yeah, but could you imagine what they had to do before that?
Well,
had to talk to each other.
That's right. That's right. Board games and
seriously.
Quilting and anyway, that's the Radio Service Company. Paul D. Bouchon is the manager, and you can call him at 517. That's a pretty interesting story there from 1927. 1937, we're wrapping up the month of November with the following stories. Now, you got to follow, on both of these stories, you got to follow along. Okay? So follow along. Miss Louise Glass and Mr. Arthur Glass, the children of Mr. Orrin Glass of Route 8, were participants in a double wedding ceremony yesterday afternoon when they were united in marriage. Louise to Mr. Earl Brodie, age 22, a son of J.H. Brodie, and Arthur to Miss Wilma Maggard, age 22, a daughter of C.B. Maggard of Route 5. All right, you want to recant that back to me?
There were some folks getting married.
That's right. Well, it's interesting. Again, this is 1937. The mother's getting no credit here
At all.
and so that's Arthur Glass, who is one of the children of Mr. Orrin Glass.
Mm-hmm.
That was the way it was there. The brother and sister in a double ceremony from 1937. And then the next story here we have, this is in the Glasgow Times. It says here, young couples on second honeymoon. Yesterday marked the 5th wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Rogers Dickinson. And today marks the first similar event for Mr. and Mrs. Freddie Ganter, Mrs. Ganter being Mr. Dickinson's sister. So, for no other reason, the two couples left today for the Smoky Mountains, where they will spend the remainder of the week on what relatives term their second honeymoon.
Well, there you go.
It just sounds like a fun getaway.
I just want to get away from
However,
it.
you get to the Smoky Mountains in 1937.
Any way you can.
And they had, second honeymoons there for Mr. and Ms. Ganter and Mr. and Ms. Dickinson, 1937. Let's see. Actually, there was a movie showing here at the end of November 1937 at the Plaza. It was for Sunday and Monday. It's The Bride Wore Red with Joan Crawford, Robert Young, Billy Burke, and Reginald Owen. Come down to the Plaza.
Check it out.
The Bride Wore Red. 1947, we're wrapping up November with this advertisement. At your service, 24 hours a day. Always the gracious gift. Nothing is more pleasing for any occasion than a magnificent bouquet of our dew fresh flowers from our greenhouses. With the largest assortment in southern Kentucky, we deliver anywhere. C.M. Metcalf Florist and Greenhouses. We talk about them on the archives.
Right.
Back up here at the top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I like that little, sort of a tagline. We have dew fresh flowers.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want those.
From our greenhouses because it's local dew, too.
They didn't travel a whole bunch of miles to get here.
Yeah. 1957. We have several things to wrap up here in 1957. The First Federal Savings has started a new savings club called the Down Home Payment Club. The club is designed especially for those needing the necessary cash for a down payment on a home. Let us show you how a nominal amount per month can grow into an amount large enough for a down payment. For example, $30 per month for 48 months plus our generous interest additional will make the amount sufficient to make a down payment on an $8,000 home. That's at First Federal Savings and Loan Association on the basement floor of the New Farmers Bank.
Good.
Dial Olive 1 5267.
Olive 1.
Yeah. Well, the Savings and Loan Association, originally started out as merely to help folks buy homes.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly they said, well, if you don't have a down payment, let's start a club for you.
There you go.
And they did in 1957. Times do change.
Oh, yes.
So while we're talking about banking in 1957, here's a story for you. Christmas can be just around the corner for an unstated number of Glasgowians who have received checks from the Christmas clubs of Glasgow's two national banks, which totaled $30,885.50. This was announced by James Trigg Pace of New Farmers National Bank and Warren L. Goad of Citizens National Bank, both the number of checks and the amount for which they exceeded any previously made by those institutions. So, Mr. Businessman, we're fixing to inject almost $31,000 into the local economy simply because of the Christmas Club account, So I want to pass that along, too. All right, in an educational story here, Christmas. I'm sorry, that's not educational. Well, it is, but not. I'm just reading the wrong line.
Close enough.
68 students from Barron County are among the 2,593 students enrolled at Western Kentucky State College for the fall semester here in 1957. This marks one of the largest enrollments in Western's history and is an increase of 342 over last year. Now, our on-the-spot archivist Ray Green puts this in parentheses. In 2014, Western's enrollment was 20,1971.
Wow.
So there we are from 2014. We're going back to look at in 1957. We were bragging about having 2,593 students enrolled at Western.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see growth continues.
Oh, yes.
And let's see here, in 1957, let's wrap this one up here. Mr. and Ms. C.J. Ryan announced the engagement of their daughter, Patricia Joyce, to Mr. Walter Donald Edwards, the son of Mr. and Ms. Guthrie Edwards. Miss Ryan is a 1956 graduate of Glasgow High School, and she is employed at Hill Service Company. Mr. Edwards is a 1954 graduate of Park City High School, and he is engaged in farming. A December wedding is planned.
Well, more marriages.
That's right. That's a very nice couple. We know Mr. and Ms. Edwards, and a lot of youngsters had Mr. Donald Edwards driving the school bus for a number of years, and a lot of folks know Miss Pat, and they're a good family.
Mm-hmm.
But here in 1957, the engagement was announced. All right, so that's November of 57. Let me tell you about November of 67.
Okay.
We have one story here. It's about the Toys for Tots dance. Now, coming up on Saturday night, December the 2nd, at the Glasgow Armory between the hours of 6 p.m. and 11 p.m., this particular Toys for Tots dance is going to be sponsored by Us Incorporated, who will be the host band. Now, there's a lot of Super 8 movies on the Facebook these days with some of the antics and the travels of Us Incorporated, and It's all fascinating because it's a part of our history for sure. You can see how that in 1967 they were hosting this big concert where all these other bands were coming.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember these bands, you'll remember the Toys for Tots dance. How about the New Times, the Soul Masters, the Soul Ship, the Midnights, and that's with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Midknights. That's pretty creative, too.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Squeaky Clean Jug Band.
The what?
The Squeaky Clean Jug Band. I don't know. And then the Hazy Shades of Green.
Hazy Shades of Green.
Yeah, as opposed to the Simon and Garfunkel Hazy Shades of Winter.
No, never heard of that song.
We are going to get your birth certificate out one of these days and figure out that you weren't born until 2004.
I'm so even better. I'll go with that.
Anyway, this is 1967, the Toys for Tots dance, and that was a big deal. Let me tell you what. All right, 1977. A few things to wrap up here. Alan D. Ball was the guest speaker of the Glasgow Barron County Altrusa Club. He presented a talk for Junior Achievement Program in Glasgow. Yeah, in 77, everybody was still hoping to get a Junior Achievement Program.
Mm-hmm.
And as fate would have it, it did work out. Also in 1977, Allen County's 1978 Junior Miss is Pretty Annette Wood.
Well.
First runner-up was Lanita Kirby, and Sheila Kirk was the second runner-up.
That's always an honor.
And it is indeed. And the 1977 sports story, Glasgow Scotties get a 6-0 victory over Greene County and capture the 1977 SKAC conference title. It's like a tight contest with only 6 points scored. And finally, a big movie weekend at the Star Drive-In in 1977. Come on out and see The Demon.
Oh.
Friday through Sunday at the Star Drive-In in 1977. The Demon. You can pretty much, you don't need a whole lot of previews on that.
I know, that's right.
1987, we got several things to take care of here. This was the announcement of Olston Limited, a Finnish firm locating in the Idea Park, Initial employment to be 50, and all are going to be locally hired. Now, can you imagine how much bragging? Hey, we got a place coming here, 50 jobs. They're all going to be hired from people here, so shape up.
There you go. You better get yourself together, people.
1987 also, a buffet at the Oasis restaurant in Cave City. Ever eaten at the buffet?
Mm-mm.
At the Oasis restaurant in Cave City?
Maybe years and years and years ago.
Well, you know.
I wasn't born till the 80s like
That's
you
right. $9.95 for adults and $2.95 for children under 12. Here's an ad for Paul's Flower Shop at 208 West Main Street, a Christmas open house with the theme of Country Christmas here in 1987. Paul and Linda Bray, the owners. 1987, this story, a log home in Slick Rock owned by John Morgan was destroyed by fire Friday afternoon. Also in 1987, Harold Chambers, the Metcalfe County football coach, was named the Pioneer Athletic Conference's Coach of the Year.
Can't beat that.
I continue to hear many nice stories about Mr. Coach Harold Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, in 1987, Jack London this day was honored for 30 years, and Maxine Ricketts was recognized for 35 years at the big awards banquet for New Farmers National Bank employees.
Mm-hmm.
Got to recognize the employees, and that's two good ones right there.
Oh, yes.
1997, this day, Burley Sales. Good Lord, does that clock say 7 o'clock?
7:01.
Let me hurry up here. 1997, Burley sales resumed for the second day, and on the Glasgow Horse Cave Market, get this. Talk about days gone by. 2.9 million pounds were sold for an average of $193.09. It's a bunch of tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Barron County native from Heistville specifically, Stephanie Froggett Dye was named the statewide administrator of the year. She is the administrator of the Hopkins Nursing Facility in Woodburn, Kentucky. Congratulations.
Oh, where's Woodburn?
Woodburn's in Warren County,
okay.
Southern Warren County. And also in 1997, this was the day the Glasgow Baptist Church presented a walk through Bethlehem. Actually, they announced it. That it was going to be held on the 12th and the 13th of December. That was a really neat time. A walk through Bethlehem, and kind of a neat way to celebrate this season. So let me tell you real quickly about 2007, and we'll declare this the end.
We can do it.
2007, this day, Ray Haddocks, a Barron County day treatment teacher, was named the Barron County Certified Employee of the Month.
Mm-hmm.
Caverna Elementary School Students of the Month from 10 years ago, Jordan Sanderson, Molly Jaggers, Austin Philpott, Carter West, Tremecan Dice, Devin Perry, and DeMarco Driver Mills. That's the Students of the Month at Caverna.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Derek Self this day in 2007. Derek Self, a Caverna pitcher, signed a letter of intent with the Louisville Cardinals Wednesday, making everybody proud. Now we have wrapped up November across the decades. You can see that November is no sleepy little month.
Right.
In fact, it's just fun to report on all these things.
Had a couple things going on.
Yeah, and I do appreciate the archivists, the hard work that they do, making us look forward to December, don't you think?
I would say so.
And thanks to our sponsors, and it's just a really fun thing to do to share this each and every day. And we'll resume. Well, actually, we'll look into December tomorrow.
Life insurance. It's just one of those.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
(270-651-3608) and put the life back in life insurance.
Many live with regret, but our God wants us to live without fear. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 5, verses 13 and 14, that the one who did not listen to the voice of his teachers will wind up on the brink of utter ruin. Allow me to suggest a few things that if you'll heed now, you'll live a victorious life and not look back on with regret later. You will likely regret sacrificing all of your spare time to social media. Americans spend hundreds of thousands of hours on Facebook alone each month. There's a huge difference between building relationships through social media and replacing your relationships with social media. Time wasted now will be time regretted later. Look at Ephesians 5:15 and 16. God tells us to be wise in the way we manage our time. This has been Bart Warren for South Green Street, Church of Christ.
Hang on, we're going to play trivia for the final time of the month of November in just a moment. But first, we got to make sure how you dress today, and you know how to, thanks to this weather forecast brought to you by South Central Bank.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center, brought to you by South Central Bank.
The best way to avoid holiday stress is with good planning. South Central Bank is ready to help you get started with their Christmas Club Savings Plan. You can open yours anytime throughout the year, and it pays a joyful 2.5% interest rate. The South Central Bank Christmas Club Savings allows you to deposit up to $100 per week for a maximum annual deposit of $5,200. Then a check will be mailed to you in mid-October. It's that simple and certainly not stressful. Get started at any South Central Bank office today. Member FDIC.
Clouds in and maybe a few rain showers. It's probably just a couple of times back and forth with the wipers if you get rain this morning. Then you're done. Bottom line, rain not widespread. More seasonable temperatures starting to settle in, especially by tomorrow, December 1st, with us meteorologists, yeah, that word, like to call meteorological winter beginning. Today, 59, showers early, cloudy this afternoon. Tonight, we will break up the cloud party, fall back to a colder 32. Sunny tomorrow, seasonable, right where we should be, 54. Saturday, partly cloudy in the upper 50s, and even milder on Sunday, sunshine. Highs will be in the low 60s. And some colder weather by the middle and end of next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We have a temperature reading of 49 degrees now from WCLU. This weather update brought to you by South Central Bank.
Glastonbury Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Glastonbury's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Glastonbury's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It's that time of year again. Oh yes, the holidays are upon us. At Bailey Gibson, Dad's in the holiday spirit and says sell 'em.
Come on, you know you want a new vehicle.
He's ready to make deals on all new Buick and GMCs on the lot. If a new car, truck, or SUV is on your wish list, the friendly staff at Bailey Gibson is ready to make your holidays much brighter. Stop by or give us a call.
Give my daddy a call on his flip phone.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
Okay, you know, when you hear the
CBS News Update.
When you hear the Extreme Fitness commercial, that means that we need to get on the radio and ask a trivia question in behalf of Extreme Fitness. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask the question, you provide the answer, and Extreme provides a prize, perhaps a pass to let you go out and try something at Extreme Fitness, or maybe even something at one of the other Extreme entities around here. So here we go, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. That's the number to call for answering this question today. The final question of the month is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here we go. Quite simply, when did the Cold War end? When did the Cold War end? Hello, trivia.
1917.
No, it's not right. When did the Cold War end? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Can you answer this question? Let's go to the phone. Trivia.
1932.
No, it's not right. When did the Cold War end? Trivia.
1991.
That's exactly right. Who's this speaking?
Donita Runyon.
What are you doing, Donita?
Not much. What are you doing, Henry?
Well, what I'm trying to do is to say I'm playing trivia here
All
today
right.
with good folks who tune into the radio station.
Always.
And you've won trivia today.
All right.
So what do you remember about the Cold War, Donita?
Not much,
You don't?
to be honest.
It was just cold, wasn't it?
It was cold.
No, it was actually, let's see, the date was December let's see, where do I do my date? It's December of 1991. I thought I had a specific date. December the 8th of 1991, the Soviet Union ceased to exist.
Wow.
And that was the end of the Cold War.
Yeah, I think it started in 47 maybe, or...
Yeah, well, I don't have that particular information in front of me right here, but it was there for a while for sure.
Yep.
And a lot of us kind of grew up in that Cold War feel of things. Kind of scared us, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Donita. Well, come on by here. We'll arrange for you to go and enjoy a visit to one of the extreme facilities, okay?
All right, Henry. Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you
have
for
a good
tuning in.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Donita Runyon, that's right. Donita says, well, it was 1991. That's when the Cold War ended. And congratulations to Donita. Maybe we can go back and think about all these, what was it, perestroika and glasnost, those things associated with such things as the Cold War. It's a part of our history now. 7-11, thanks to Extreme, thanks to everybody. Let us enjoy playing trivia. We'll clean out the hat and start over tomorrow. Won't you go with us?
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Kuzma kicks this one deep, right in the end zone.
Yeah, he can beat that football.
Kuzma able to get it away. Boy, that's a beauty.
That was Drew Kuzma, the Glasgow Scotty, working hard on the gridiron. Now, Dr. Drew is back in Glasgow at Kuzma Family Dentistry, working hard to meet all your family's dental needs, serving kids and adults in the Glasgow-Barron County area. Call for your next appointment with Dr. Drew or Dr. Mark Kuzma at 270-651-2638, 501 West Main Street, Glasgow.
Kuzma gets a 70-yard punt.
Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
Let your hometown healing begin.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
49 degrees, 613 at WCLU. Ray Stagik says we're going to enjoy a couple of nice days here as we get into the weekend. Maybe some colder air next week. We'll see. Let's go to the newsroom for our next check of local news and news director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. Glasgow police arrest a Glasgow couple for theft and drug charges. On Tuesday, Glasgow police received information that stolen property was being stored at 150 Childress Road in Glasgow. Upon further investigation, they did obtain a search warrant, and they executed the search warrant, where they found several stolen items inside the home, as well as a barn and detached garage. While searching the residence, officers also found 2 sets of digital scales, 3 baggies, a white powdery substance, and other items of drug paraphernalia. The homeowner, 61-year-old Karen Williams Fox, was arrested, as well as her boyfriend, 52-year-old Joseph Congeni, both of Glasgow. Each were charged with 1 count of receiving stolen property. Congeni was additionally charged with possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Detective Ashley Jones is investigating, was assisted at the scene by Captain Jennifer Arbogast, officers Stephen Fields and Brandon Fletcher, as well as Evans Tech Amanda Miller and Detective Rusty Anderson with the Barron County Sheriff's Office. At their last meeting of the Barron Metcalf EMS, Edmonton Mayor Howard Garrett had brought up possibly adding additional staff to Metcalf County. Now, the Barron Metcalf Ambulance Service is funded by both Barron County, T.J. Sampson, the City of Glasgow, and Metcalf County. EMS Director Charlie O'Neill was tasked with compiling a financial breakdown and to give the board a true cost of how much money the additional staff would require. O'Neill told the board that additional staff would not generate any revenue for the service, and 24-hour coverage could come in just under $500,000 annually. Now, O'Neill had also discovered, when he broke down the financials statements station by station, meaning Metcalf County, the Glasgow headquarters, and the Glasgow airport, the amount that Metcalf County was paying into the service didn't come close to meeting what they were adding to the deficit. Here's Director Charlie O'Neill.
The total deficit that was not funded by patient revenues was $141,131.23. The county, during that period of time, actually billed $59,115.26, which means that Metcalf County actually had $82,015.97. Now, regardless of how you look at that, the bottom line is that state's contribution and Barron County's contribution, no other way to look at it.
Chairman Joe Middleton told the board that it was the financials that concerned him, and they need to ensure taxes collected through the ambulance taxing district are accounted for.
My only concern would be the amount of money. Unfortunately, we're a blanket service and have historically operated that way, but in moving forward to cost analysis accounting and itemizing it down to where the money's coming from and where the money's going, I think it would probably be a good idea to alignment of costs versus alignment of both.
O'Neill was then directed by the board to draft amendments to the ambulance services bylaws that would require the contributions made to the service be more of a direct reflection of what each entity actually owed based on cost versus revenue. If the numbers stayed the same throughout the fiscal year, this could have Metcalf County underpaying somewhere in the neighborhood of $300,000. O'Neill also told the board that collections were up, expenses were up slightly, but still doing better than last month. Personnel's right on target, and runs were down by about 3.3%. O'Neill also personally extended appreciation to Taylor and Polson, who turned in the audit for the ambulance service. And they went with Bill Murray and Pettigoat Lessenberry for their insurance carrier, despite being a slight increase in Pettigoat Lessenberry's bid. Carl Dickerson made the motion to go with Pettigoat Lessenberry because they are a local company. An occupational therapist will soon head to Frankfort to fill a gubernatorial appointment. Shara Shea Page of Glasgow is an occupational therapist and director of rehab services with T.J. Sampson Regional Health. She's the newest appointee to the Kentucky Board of Licensure for Occupational Therapy and will represent licensed occupational therapists and will serve through July 15th of 2018. The Kentucky Board of Licensure for Occupational Therapy regulates and controls the licensing and conduct of occupational therapists throughout the Commonwealth. Right now it is 7:18 a.m., 49 degrees.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire.
We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe. Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Legendary.
In more local news, Glasgow police say be aware of a scam that's circulating around Glasgow and Barron County. Residents are receiving calls from a subject identifying himself as an officer with Glasgow police. The subject then advises the potential victim they have an active warrant for their arrest for failure to appear. The caller then instructs the would-be victim to pay to have the arrest warrant recalled by going to a store like Walgreens and obtaining a green dot card or some other form of electronic payment. The caller states that once you have completed the steps, the arrest warrant will be dismissed. Glasgow Police Lieutenant Jimmy Phelps said this is absolutely not common practice by Glasgow Police Department. And if you receive one of these calls, you need to report it to Glasgow Police by calling 270-651-6165. West Central Kentucky gas prices dropped nearly 7 cents this week, coming in at $2.32 a gallon, according to AAA East Central's fuel gauge report. On the national front, the national gas price average has been trending cheaper for 10 days. At $2.51, today's price is 3 cents less than last week, and on the week, 49 states are paying less at the pump for 1 gallon of regular unleaded. Historically, year-end gas prices tend to be relatively cheap due to a drop-off in fall gas demand around Labor Day and the move to cheaper-to-produce winter blend gasoline in mid-September. This year, the typical factors that drive gas prices down in winter were outweighed by the impact of 2 major hurricanes, steady consumer demand, and continued growth in gas exports. When it comes to local averages for 1 gallon of regular unleaded, Bowling Green comes in with the lowest price at $2.13. Munfordville and Park City are both a dime higher at $2.23. Smiths Grove's at $2.24. Horse Cave's at $2.27, and Edmonton is at $2.30. Tompkinsville's a couple cents higher at $2.32. Brownsville, Cave City, and Glasgow are all at $2.39, and the highest area average is in Scottsville, where motorists are paying $2.44 a gallon. In local 911 activity, there's a boating accident at the Peninsula Boat Dock around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. South Barron and Austin Tracy volunteer fire departments responded. And a fire on Renford Road. Austin Tracy, Temple Hill, and Haywood fire departments responded. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. 7:22 a.m., 49 degrees.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our number one priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
It's been another great week to be a Scotty. If you ordered a Simply Scotty t-shirt or sweatshirt, they are now available to be picked up in the office. Attention students who returned permission forms for the tour of UK next week. The trip has been rescheduled for Wednesday, December 6th. Attention any student enrolled in dual credit. If you have not received a notification from KHEAA regarding the dual credit scholarships, You should log into your account and make sure you provided the semester you're taking a class. Attention seniors, remember to check out scholarships on the GHS webpage and in the college hallway. There will be an engineering literacy night hosted by GHS Career and Tech Ed student organizations, TSA, DECA, and FCCLA, for Highland and South Green students next Tuesday at 5:30. Good luck to the Scotties and Lady Scotties as they host Greenwood this Friday. Girls will begin playing at 6 with the boys to follow after. This has been McKay Bowles for this week's Scotty Report. Shine on, Scotties, and stay true to the blue.
Some people struggle with eating when they have tooth problems, but Carl Richardson of Summershade could eat.
No, I usually could eat about anything, but it was hard to eat. Okay. That was the problem.
So how did this problem happen?
Well, I had an auto accident about 40 years ago. I never got them fixed. Well, I did get it fixed, but it was just a temporary thing in there.
Temporary?
Well, I knew it was going to have to be done, but I was putting it off until something happened.
Something did happen.
I think that was biting into something. Well, it broke off.
So Carl turned to Dr. Jim Thurman at Glasgow Dental Care and found out what he'd been missing.
I should have done it a long time ago, but everything comes together the way it should.
Dental implants were a great choice. Dr. Thurman and his staff developed treatment plans to install dental implants. Everything was explained. The staff was friendly and caring, and it made his life much simpler. In fact, he sums it up this way.
Oh, yes, this is great.
Don't put it off any longer. Glasgow Dental Care. Doctors Thurman, Cassidy, and Riley.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. A U.S. Senate committee will hear from Kentucky Justice Cabinet Secretary John Tilley today, that on the state's efforts to fight the opioid epidemic. Tilley will detail for the panel the work being done in the state to overcome the rising overdose death toll, which last year claimed the lives of 1,400 people. Earlier this month, the Bevin administration launched a helpline for people to call to get access to the state's drug treatment services. Federal authorities announced gun-related indictments against members of a violent Louisville street gang. U.S. Attorney Russell Coleman says the 40-count indictment names 5 members of the Victory Park Crips.
The Victory Park Crips are a violent, extremely violent Louisville-based street gang. They use these firearms for purposes of intimidation of other gangs, for reprisals, for narcotics trafficking.
They're accused of buying guns and then selling them to convicted felons. Coleman says 21 guns that were purchased by the gang are still on the streets. A plea deal is accepted by a Pike County man accused of being involved in a murder. Okie Hinkle pleaded guilty to corpse abuse and evidence tampering charges stemming from the discovery of a body buried in a shallow grave in the Turkey Creek area of Pike County. Jennifer Blankenship is charged with capital murder in that case. 11 people are in custody on 22 drug trafficking charges in Harlan County. The Appalachian Narcotics Investigations Team made the arrest along with local and state authorities. They conducted that roundup. And another 7 arrests are made in Laurel County on meth charges. Most of those lived in London and East Bernstadt. A teaching assistant in northern Kentucky has been fired on Facebook messages that he sent to a student. The termination letter from the Covington Independent School says that Joseph Miller Jr. sent graphic comments about the student's body. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
You're going to need me.
You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our technical skills,
our math, our engineering skills.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills.
You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise, we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
Yes, indeed. We're going to continue that discussion about 4-H, the next generation of leaders, because I can tell you, I've only met her about 2 or 3 minutes ago, but she's going to be a leader. The next generation of leaders, Matea Wyatt from Barron County High School, a senior at Barron County High School, is here with us in the studio today to talk about the fact that you can get a holiday wreath from the Barron County 4-H Club and the Barron County High School. And Matea, I'm just glad to have you here on the radio this morning, ma'am.
Thank you.
And I know this is an exciting time. This is her senior year, and I know that you got to be in the holiday spirit here as a senior in high school, because it's kind of bittersweet, isn't it? Last Christmas in the high school.
It's a little. I didn't realize it until it just started happening.
Yeah, and it's on a steamroll now, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you brought something beautiful with you to the radio station today, and we've got it on the television as well. And this is an example of the type of wreath that you can order for your holiday decorating from the Barron County 4-H. Now, why don't you describe this for our audience, Matea?
Okay, so it's an 18-inch wreath, and it's a fresh wreath. We collect magnolia, pine, cedar, holly, and it smells delicious.
I think Wes is the prop manager over there, and his nose is stuck right into something.
My name is
Vanna.
Vanna
All right.
White.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
And the 4-Hers actually make the wreaths, and we gather all the different evergreens, and we take it to the extension office, and we go in our room, we play some Christmas music, and it just smells great. And we all have a bunch of fun because we start bundling everything up. We get one of each, and then we press it with a machine so that it stays together. And then if you want a bow, we'll add a bow for $5 extra.
And that certainly is a nice investment, because that's a beautiful bow right there that you have put on that wreath for us this morning.
It smells like Christmas.
Yeah, it puts you in the spirit. See there, and you ought to go out there. They're playing that Christmas music too when they're making those. So y'all have captured.
Where do we go?
The Barron County Extension Office.
Okay.
That's where you're making them. But now here's the thing: you need to get these ordered, and I'm going to give you a telephone number to call to order them: 270-651-3818. The deadline is December the 5th, and that's not too far from here, Matea. Talk a little bit more about this project. You've got how many members of 4-H do you all have participating in this extra special way to celebrate the holidays?
Well, we have anywhere from 4 to 10 4-Hers, and then we also had the leaders, so that's not even counting them. And last year we did this as a fundraiser to go to national convention, and then it worked out so well, and we liked the project so much, we turned it into the county fundraiser this year.
My goodness, that's wonderful. And I bet you're going to have, and you did good last year making money to get to the national convention, right?
Yes, we did.
And I bet that's always a learning experience for sure.
And it was a lot of fun on the way. So
yeah, on the way, that's right. So you're going back, you think?
Yeah, it's taking me back. I've made this wreath, so it's all coming back to me, how it all works.
Well, it gets exciting, I'm for sure. The number to call is 270-651-3818. Let's see, I've got more notes here. It's got fragrant cedar, white pine, holly, spruce, and southern magnolia leaves. Now, these are not flown in here or shipped in here from anywhere. They are picked up from Barron County by members of the Barron County 4-H.
Yes, most of these right here have actually come from my farm or my family's.
Okay, so that's even bears more special weight on how neat these are.
Yes.
All right, so 16 to 18 inches. And they're $25 per wreath, which is absolutely a steal for something that's. Think about the labor that's involved. For $25, somebody went out and picked up all these leaves and put them together and pressed them and promoted it. And I think that everybody should be involved in having one of these to celebrate the holiday, because I bet it'll keep pretty good while after the holiday.
It does. It actually will keep until the end of January, and if you spritz it with water, it'll last even longer.
My goodness. Well, Matea, I really appreciate you taking the time to come down here to talk about this. And if you have any questions, I guess 3818 can answer the questions too, in addition to taking the order, right?
That's very true.
Okay. So, Matea, I appreciate you dropping by here today. And let's folks help out the Barron County 4-H buy a wreath, an absolutely gorgeous wreath. This is not something that, you just throwing money at. This thing is going to make wherever you hang it beautiful.
Thank you. So that means you're going to get one?
That's exactly right. I need at least one. I'm going to go ahead and give you the order today, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Mateo White, Barron County Senior, 4-H Club, fresh holiday wreaths, raising money. It is, let's see, what time is it anyway? 7:34. You're going to be late for school.
Darn.
We don't want to mess you up. We don't want to mess you up, Mateo. Thanks so much.
Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." Well, this is Whitney at Big Metal Oil, and I say come to our office on 219 Industrial Drive in Glasgow and get the products you need to help what you have perform better so it can stay where it's at longer. We have made a long-term commitment to you, our loyal customers, and we strive every day to keep that relationship alive. Come check out what we have to offer. We are an ExxonMobil, Phillips 66, and Schaefer distributor with a wide range of products to maintain maximum performance on automotive, industrial, farm, and commercial equipment. We also have VP Racing Fuels. You heard right, we have the making power fuels to boost your racers down the track. Remember, our pumps are open 24 hours to all customers with plenty of room for tractor trailers, boats, and cars. Stop by and fill up with our technology transformed extreme diesel fuel treated with power service diesel additives. You won't be disappointed. Old Theo was a smart guy, but sometimes you just have to leave it to the professionals. Call 270-651-5212 for all of your fuel and oil needs.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Oh man.
This time of year, if you're not offering an incredible deal, you'll get lost in the holiday mix. Michelin knows. That's why Michelin Tires is teaming up with BR Tire in Glasgow and Bowling Green to get you a $70 MasterCard reward card after submission when you buy a set of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. This offer won't last long, expires December 11th. See dealer for details on this awesome offer from Michelin on West Main in Glasgow and Lovers Lane in Bowling Green. Nobody keeps you rolling like BR Tire.
Clouds in and maybe a few rain showers. It's probably just a couple of times back and forth with the wipers if you get rain this morning. Then you're done. Bottom line, rain not widespread. More seasonable temperatures starting to settle in, especially by tomorrow, December 1st, with us meteorologists, yeah, that word, like to call meteorological winter beginning. Today, 59, showers early, cloudy this afternoon. Tonight, we will break up the cloud party, fall back to a colder 32. Sunny tomorrow, seasonable, right where we should be, 54. Saturday, partly cloudy in the upper 50s, and even milder on Sunday, sunshine. Highs will be in the low 60s. And some colder weather by the middle and end of next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let's look at our current conditions here. We have a barometric pressure at 30.12. The winds are out of the southeast at 6 miles an hour. We have, let's see, what did I tell you? About 79% humidity, or 66% humidity this morning. And I was trying to look at the WCLU constant coverage and studio radar screen to make sure that we're still on track. Nothing that's picked up in intensity, just a few little sprinkles, none of which are really reaching the ground in most areas around here. But as we do look at the radar screen, I'm going to zoom in and tell you where any rain is that's occurring here in our neighborhood. There it is. Most of it's down west of Nashville. Pretty good little thunderstorms knocking on the door there out just west of Nashville down along I-40. And some lighter showers actually north of Hart County up along the area approaching Elizabethtown and back down the Western Kentucky Parkway. So certainly nothing at all other than just some cloud cover out there. And we have 50 degrees at WCLU.
When was the Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it. It's that time.
Today is the next round. We're showing that Miss Hope Allison Deckard is turning 18 today. It's also Bob Stone's birthday. Randy Richardson celebrates. Johnny Kinslow. Darlene Lockett. It's Colby Brewster's 11th birthday today. Luke Glenn Christopher Edmonds is 21. Tyler Neat is 14. Aubrey Kate Walker is turning 2 today. Anniversaries for James and Barbara Burris. It is the Burris' 60th anniversary. And we have Terry and Lauren Hagan celebrating a wedding anniversary today, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com. And remember, we're patting Hope Allison Deckard on the back today in celebration of her 18th birthday. If you happen to see Hope Allison Deckard around town, it would be fantastic if you could pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from her friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
This is Robert Ott.
It's that time of year again. Oh yes, the holidays are upon us. At Bailey Gibson, Dad's in the holiday spirit and says sell 'em.
Come on, you know you want a new vehicle.
He's ready to make deals on all new Buick and GMCs on the lot. If a new car, truck, or SUV is on your wish list, the friendly staff at Bailey Gibson is ready to make your holidays much brighter. Stop by or give us a call.
Give my daddy a call on his flip phone.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
That best suit your needs at 651-8889. Again, that is 651-8889. Thank you.
We want to take this opportunity to wish you a very Merry Christmas from all of us at SCRTC to all of you. The South Central Rural Telecommunication Cooperative Board of Directors want to thank you for your service over nearly 70 years and look forward to serving you as we meet the future together. We are there when you connect with your friends and when you watch your favorite holiday shows. So, if faster internet and better communication is on your Christmas list, call us. Merry Christmas from your family and friends at SCRTC.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Santa Claus is coming to Glasgow.
That's right, Santa. You are coming to town. The Glasgow Barron County Chamber is hosting Santa's house on the square in front of the Barron County Courthouse. See Santa every weekday from 5 to 7, beginning Monday, December 4th through Friday, December 8th. And on the weekend, December 9th and 10th, noon to 6. Come see Santa in his house and have some hot chocolate and cookies. It's free!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
All right, Santa, it's going to start on Monday, I believe it is, and looking forward to that. And lots of fun, lots of stories to tell for sure. 7:42.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, spinning the globe, looking for some interesting things from around the world and up the street. I heard this story on our new nighttime host show, Joe Pags, last night.
That's a good show right there.
6 o'clock at night. Joe is Got lots of good things on there, and we'll have his schedule coming up about noon today of who his guests are going to be. Anyway, this story was on there last night. Follow along here if you can.
Okay.
Nearly 12 pounds of metal objects were removed from the stomach of Maksud Khan, age 28, of the Sanjay Gandhi Hospital. Did you get that?
12 pounds of metal.
12 pounds of metal objects removed from this guy's stomach. A man who went to the doctor in India complaining of abdominal pain was found to have nearly 12 pounds of metal objects in his stomach. Maksud Khan.
Now, how does that happen?
Well, I'll tell you here. Maksud Khan is a rickshaw driver from the Satna district in the central state of Madhya Pradesh. He was admitted to the Sanjay Hospital. Doctors initially believed that he was suffering from food poisoning until the test revealed the contents of his stomach. He had been complaining of the pain for the last month. After a general examination, we found that he had an infection in the abdomen and low blood pressure.
Yeah,
he was in critical condition. They soon discovered, we had suspicions, that there was something else because his family had expressed doubts that he was consuming unnatural, abnormal things. So we did an X-ray and an ultrasound of the abdomen. The scan revealed the presence of multiple metal objects in his stomach, ranging from coins to razor blades. He underwent surgery to remove those objects, during which a laparoscope was used to find all of the odd items. So here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
We discovered in his stomach nuts, bolts, chains, 263 coins, and 100 nails.
I don't think they probably found enough coins to pay for that surgery.
The surgery took 3 hours to perform. Post-operatively, he was critical condition for 24 hours on a ventilator support. Now he's out of danger, but he will need some time for his stomach to recover.
You know, the internet does a lot of things for us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've heard about, it's like a disease.
Yeah.
That people have,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so weird. But I didn't think I was going to hear that when I stepped into the studio this morning.
Doctors believe
it's crazy.
Doctors believe his unusual behavior could be caused by depression. Quote, "This is a mental illness. Our psychiatry department also found that he might be in a depression, adding that the man would receive further treatment. He's expected to fully recover without any long-term effects." Yeah, other than the fact
that's good news.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's see if we can help the fella out. How do you sneak and put 17 pounds of metal in your stomach? I don't know.
I mean, I don't really have a comment.
What can you say? Yeah, what can you say?
It's crazy.
Well, let's wrap it up with this one right here. This is not too heavy right here. There's a mid-Michigan police officer who sets a record. He uses an ink pen until it dies.
Mm-hmm.
This is in Bath Township, Michigan. A police officer may have set the record. Up in Clinton County, Michigan, this Clinton County police officer is earning praise and admiration after doing something that law enforcement officials see as a completely impossible task. On their Facebook page, the officials said the officer, Trenton Bailey, set on a mission that no one in law enforcement has ever done, to use an entire pen without losing it or breaking it. The department said, "We're pleased to say he finally succeeded." Officials have posted a photo of the history-making ink pen on their Facebook page. This pen has been rescued from mud puddles, the side of the highway, even in the depths of that slit between the seat and the center of the console in the cruiser. The department said that he may or may not even have had to drive back to someone's house to retrieve the pen.
You ever seen that movie, Toy Story?
I have.
See, I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that actually happens in real life, but pens. I think that when we close up and lock the door and it's nighttime, I think the pens actually get up and move.
Yes, right.
And like, you know how many times a day I'm sitting there like I need to write something down.
Yeah.
And I look and I can't find a pen. Then I got to go. We've got this long building. I have to go into each room. I go in the production room. There's no pen. I come into Angela's room and all she's got is like these weird looking pens.
Yeah,
that I don't wanna use.
little troll head things.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. So I finally just go back to your studio and steal one from you, and then you had to,
Yeah.
But I really do think that the pens come to life over at nighttime and move.
Well,
and disappear.
There's truth to that because there's nowhere to know where they were or where they are.
But I've never thought as law enforcement officers as people who lose pens. I mean, honestly, it seems like they've always got one right there in that shirt pocket, right beside their body camera that they don't tell you that they're filming you with.
This guy right here obviously did a good job of keeping up with his. Just in case he needed to write something down,
That's right.
What was it? Let's see. On the Andy Griffith program, Warren, when Warren was sworn in as a deputy, he was kind of an ink pen type deputy.
Yeah.
All right.
And, of course, Barney, they only gave him one bullet.
Yeah.
And he had to keep that where the
he had all the ink pens he needed,
He was by the book, wasn't he?
He was. Well, that's what we have in the way of tidbit news for today. Stay away from those metal meals.
Good morning, friends. I assure you, today you will be with me in paradise, Luke 23:43. I'm sure that there had never been spoken any words more precious and meaningful than those spoken to the thief dying in agony beside our Lord Jesus. As he hangs there in pain, all hope seemingly gone, he twists himself on the nails to look at the man on the cross beside him. Something stirs the heart of this dying criminal. As he hangs there, he is moved to cry out, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And just as surely as he cries out to Jesus, he is accepted by Jesus. Paradise today. Where there had been no hope, now there is assurance of heaven. Where there had been only an expectation of death and punishment, now there is an expectation of eternal bliss and reward. That same offer of undeserved reward and eternal joy still stands reserved for all who turn in their hopelessness and cry out in trusting faith to Jesus. Just as surely as the thief could not remove himself from the cross, nor save himself from death, so it is that we can neither save ourselves from the wages of our own sins. But praise God, Jesus can. He still offers paradise to all who call on him. Paradise. That has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Don't miss it. Turn to Jesus today. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Hope for the Holidays is December the 10th at Glasgow Baptist Church. Hi, this is Pastor Erdy. Holidays can be a hard time for those who've lost loved ones. It can be a lonely time as well. So this Christmas season, join us at Glasgow Baptist Church at 5 p.m. on December the 10th. Bring a framed picture that night of your loved one. There will be a place for you to display it along with others that will be remembered. Then join us for a candlelight service as we find hope this holiday season at Glasgow Baptist Church.
All right, 7:51 now, WCLU. We have talked about a whole lot of things here on this program, but next thing we got to do is we got to talk about the values waiting for you up at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street. Bobby Lee Hurt is here, and this is where all of the seriousness meets up here because Bobby Lee always has a serious plan for getting you into a vehicle that you will love and one that you can afford at Hurt Auto Sales, correct?
That would be correct, Henry. Hey, we've been out shopping, got a lot of new vehicles in, and you can come up here and buy a car and put the pedal to the metal.
Well, the last couple, 3 times I've talked to you, hey, what you doing? Well, I'm driving down the road on my way to get some more cars.